Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll be featuring Tier 10 USSR Premium Tank Destroyer SU-152 Taran. Now tank destroyers in general are broken in WoT console, mainly because of the three reasons. They have higher alpha, being 850 being the standard compared to 750 on PC. They have high DPM, they have high pen, and console also gives you active camo net bonus, and TD gets the most benefit of 60 meter regardless of their base camo. So there are many TDs at tier 10 that are broken, but Teron takes it to the next level. This puts rest of the tank destroyer at shame, and we'll see this in this game. As you can see, I've already penned a shot and hit him for 942. So Taran, instead of having an 850 alpha, which is already too much, it has 950 alpha, which is the highest for a tank destroyer with fully rotating turret. We have other tanks that has higher alpha like Ruthless, FV, Death Star, but and Jagdpanther as well, but they don't have fully rotating turret, or none of them has such good camo as Taran. Basically, Taran can freely roam around the map without being detected and can punish opponents without getting punished in return. Now, some might say Taran is not broken because it doesn't have armor. Well, it doesn't matter because no one can shoot you if you're never spotted. If you're always outspotting enemies, it doesn't matter if you have armor or not. The only time you do bad in Taran if you start to be aggressive and drive straight into the enemy team and try to brawl against hull down tanks. If you're playing even semi-well, you'll still do great in Taran. And this is one such game where it happens. So it is standard encounter. I started at A3. I haven't even moved, and I'm already at 3300 damage because every time I fire, if I get spotted, I go in cover, and by the time I lose my spot, I'm already reloaded. So basically I can actually use my true DPM because I'll fire, get unspotted, get back to the position, and fire again. And this STI made a mistake. He pushed to a bad position, and I was able to punish him as well. So the position I'm at is also pretty powerful, especially for Taran, because Taran is rear mounted. So I do have gun elevation, and you can easily punish those tanks peeking over the C7 ridge. In addition, Taran also goes at 63. So even if I get spotted, it's not an issue because I can just get in cover in no time with the high top speed. So far in this game, nothing special, just Taran doing what Taran does best, punishing enemies for very small mistakes. And once you get hit by Taran or any high alpha TD, it basically demoralizes you. And that's what happens. The STA peaked again, and another pen, and he's back in garage. So now I'll shortly show why or how you can move around in Taran without getting spotted, and that's why not having an armor is not really an issue. The score is 10 to 11. We are winning by 1 and currently at 5000 damage. Also, doing 10k in Taran is not really an achievement because doing 10k in Taran is doing 7500 in a regular tank like a medium or a heavy, or at max 8k depending on how the matchmaking is. So Taran has set the bar too high just because of how broken it is, and you can easily achieve 12k, 13k damage numbers, which again is same as 10k damage in any other tanks. And here you'll see, because of the camo, I was able to freely cross here, and this is where you will notice I can use my DPM. So I'm not spotted, I'll fire. I know I'll get spotted as soon as I fire, so I get back in cover. They didn't even have a chance to aim. They're still there hoping that they might be able to spot me now, but they probably don't understand how good the camo is. So now I'm unspotted. I reloaded again. I go back to the position. Still not spotted. I put another shot. Bang. And I can keep doing that again and again. I'll fire, get in cover, lose my spot, fire again. And no other tank can do this effectively, mainly because Taran has better camo than most tanks, as well as the fully rotating turret. Again, the VK tried to guess where I was, missed, and I penned him again. Let's rinse and repeat. If it's not broken, why fix it? Now this tier 8 didn't know that I was there, or he underestimated. I was ignoring him on purpose and focusing on VK, but ISM drove in front of him, and I punished him. And now there's one tank remaining. Everyone else left because VK realized what happened to him and didn't want to be the victim to take another shot. But TNH was a little bit more confident, and he had to learn the lesson the hard way. 9300 damage, and I did about 4k damage doing the same thing over and over again. And that's why Taran is broken, because it can outspot every tank, even light tank, especially when Taran's not moving. And let alone if you're in a bush, then good luck trying to spot a Taran, because it'll outspot you and pen you as well. I noticed that Ruthless had already fired, so I took my time and penned him and achieved the 10k mark, which again, I didn't do anything special. I stayed at A4 for the first half of the game, and then I moved to A7 for rest of my damage. And that's it. Was there any skill involved? Well, as long as you have the basic crew and equipment setup for this tank, you can do the same. Just don't be the first one to go into the battle, as well as don't be a tank that just stays at the back the entire game. For example, some people do bad in Taran because they'll keep sitting at A3 the entire game, or they'll go to C1 and they won't have shots. Taran has so many advantages compared to other tanks, and you just have to realize when to use it at the right time. There are two broken tanks in the game, and I can't pick which one's worse. Is it AVRE or is it Taran? Now AVRE has less pen but has broken armor and also doesn't get spotted, but Taran can dish out way more damage because of its reload and high penetration. In my opinion, both these tanks needs to be reevaluated and nerfed to make them balanced. For Taran, it is like a baby waffle, but way stronger at tier 10. I feel they can keep the DPM the same, but they can give it 650 alpha with lower pen, but premium could be a PCR, so it's still enjoyable and it'll still be strong. It will not be a weak tank. They don't have to change anything else about the tank. But if it's a 650 alpha at a lesser pen, then you can't basically use your true DPM all the time like I was at A8. And you can also have chances of bouncing, and heavies can essentially play their or don't get punished as brutally. So I did kind of get a balance here. 50 TPA, I thought I'll easily kill him. He had a AT loaded. It set me on fire. I was full health, so it didn't really matter. I could trade my HP, finish him off, and hit the 11k mark. I'm at 7 kills. Wanted to get my 8 kills so I can have the red Lee Walters. Ruthless is approaching. I don't have the gun depression, so I have to be careful to not overexpose myself, and that's what happens here. Another thing about Taran is usually rear mounted tank has a disadvantage. The current meta is very much against rear mounted tanks, but it doesn't matter if you have huge camo, and that's the case with Taran. This is one tank that actually benefits from being rear mounted, as you have the gun elevation and you can play a lot of positions that you can't that well. For example, the corner of the maps as I was playing A4 early on. So this tank gets benefited from being rear mounted, as it also helps it to escape quickly with its top speed. So that's it for this game. Nothing special. 11k damage with 7 kills in a most broken tank destroyer. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.